Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear cadets. Welcome to the new lecture. Today our topic is nucleus. It's a Latin word derived from a Latin word nux, which means nut, means the heart of the cell. Nucleus is the most important and prominent body of the eukaryotic cell. Nucleus is the largest cell organelle. It governs and controls all the activities of the cell because it contains DNA and chromosomes, so it has centrally important function and therefore known as heart of the cell. Discovery: nucleus was first organelle discovered by Robert Brown in 1838 in plant cells. Size 10 micrometer in diameter, shape irregular or spherical in shape. Occurrence: nucleus is found in all eukaryotic cells except certain eukaryotic cells such as mature sieve tube cells, red blood cells. Number: usually cells contain one nucleus, but their number may vary from cell to cell. According to number of nuclei, there are following types of cells. Mononucleate cells, which contain single nucleus, that is, for example, most plants and animals cells are mononucleate having single nucleus. Binucleate cells which have two nuclei, for example, paramecium. Polynucleate or multinucleate cells which have many nuclei, that is from 3 to 100. For example, in striated muscle fibers, that is skeletal muscles, and zygomatids, a class of fungi. Structure of nucleus: nucleus consists of the following four parts: nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, and chromosomes. We will study these components or parts one by one. The first, nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope. It is a double layered structure. The nucleus is bounded by two membranes, double layered structure, which together called nuclear envelope. It separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm in eukaryotic cells. The outer membrane is continuous with rough endoplasmic reticulum, while the inner membrane encloses the nuclear contents. The two membranes are tightly held together and composed of mostly proteins and lipids. Nuclear pores. Nuclear envelope contains small pores in it called nuclear pores, which allow the exchange of materials between the nucleus and cytoplasm. For example, in egg cell there are 30,000 pores per nucleus, while RBCs has 3 to 4 pores per nucleus. So nuclear pores involves or allow the exchange of materials between nucleus and cytoplasm. For example, mRNA, messenger RNA, and newly made ribosomes, leaf and molecule needed for the synthesis of ribosomes and DNA, such as proteins and nucleotides, etc., can enter through nuclear pores. Second part is nucleoplasm. It is the semi-fluid or viscous substance inside the nucleus. The protoplasm inside the nuclear envelope is called nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm contains nucleolus, chromatin material or chromosomes, raw materials for DNA replication and RNA synthesis, that is enzymes and nucleotides. Nucleolus. What is nucleolus? It is a darkly stained, darkly colored structure without membrane. Nucleolus is a darker protein-rich spots. They are spherical or rounded structure, and its plural is nucleoli. Nucleolus is singular. The nucleolus may be one or more in a nucleus. Regions or parts. Nucleolus has two parts or regions. One is peripheral granular region and another is central fibrillar fibrillar region. The peripheral granular region, it contains precursors of ribosomal subunits. Precursor means basic or fundamental. Precursor means basic or fundamental. So peripheral granular region, it contains precursors of ribosomal subunits, means basic or fundamental molecules from which ribosomal subunits are formed. That is RNA, ribosomal RNA, rRNA, and proteins. And number 2, central fibrillar region. It contains ribosomal RNA and rDNA. rDNA means the DNA comprising the genes for ribosomal RNA is known as rDNA. And function of nucleus is ribosomes, ribosome synthesis. Ribosomes are formed, we already studied in ribosomes that ribosomes are formed inside the nucleolus. Now if you look into this diagram, so nucleolus has two regions, outer region or peripheral granular region. It contains precursors of ribosomal subunits, while central fibrillar region contains ribosomal RNA and rDNA. The DNA comprising the genes for rRNA is known as rDNA. So from this DNA, transcription occurs. As a result, rRNA is formed. rRNA goes outside and combines with protein, making ribosomes. And you know ribosomes are composed of RNA and proteins, and therefore they are called ribonucleoprotein particles. Another component or part of the nucleus is chromosomes or chromatin material. Word chromosome is a combination of two Greek words. Chroma means color and soma means body. It refers to the fact that chromosomes easily take biological stains or dyes. Chromosomes were first discovered by Walder in 1876. In structure, each chromosome is composed of two identical arms called chromatids attached by centromere. This is centromere. And centromere has a protein called kinetochore, where spindle fibers attach to chromosome. Chromosomes, you know, are visible only when the cell is in dividing phase, while during interphase or non-dividing phase, they form chromatin network. What is chromatin network? Uncondensed or uncoiled chromosomes are called chromatin material. Chemical composition, chromosomes. This is a chromosome. Chromosomes are chemically composed of DNA and proteins, histone proteins. 40% DNA and 60% histone proteins. The histone, there are 5 types of histone proteins, that is H1, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. The DNA is then composed of genes. Gene is the unit of heredity. Our gene is a segment or portion or part or component of DNA. Gene is a segment or part of DNA. Number of chromosomes, you know that the number of chromosomes in all individuals of the same species remain constant from generation to generation or generation after generation. Chromosomes number may be haploid or diploid. Haploid means basic or single set of chromosomes, as in germ cells, as in gametes, while diploid means complete set of chromosomes, that is 2 sets of chromosomes, or the basic set is multiplied by 2, as in somatic or body cells. For example, the somatic cells of human body have 46 chromosomes, while human gametes have sperm and eggs have 23 chromosomes. Now if you look into this diagram, this is a cell surrounded or enclosed by plasma membrane. Inside the cell, this is a nucleus. The nucleus consists of the 4 parts. The outer part is nuclear envelope. The nuclear envelope is a double layer structure, that is, the nucleus is bounded by 2 membranes. that is outer membrane, this is outer membrane, and the inner membrane. The two membranes together form nuclear envelope. If you look into this diagram, the nuclear envelope is not continuous. It has small pores called nuclear pores. The nuclear pore, this is a nuclear pore guarded with special protein molecules, and these nuclear pores allow the exchange of materials between nucleus and cytoplasm. Look into these red colored arrows. For example, mRNA, which is formed inside the nucleus during transcription, leaves the nucleus and goes into the cytoplasm through this nuclear pore. So the nuclear pores allow the exchange of materials between the nucleus and cytoplasm. Now the second part is nucleoplasm. What is nucleoplasm? It is the semi-fluid or viscous substance inside the nucleus, or in other words, the protoplasm inside the nuclear envelope is called protoplasm, while the protoplasm outside the nuclear envelope, that is called cytoplasm, and both cytoplasm and nucleoplasm make the living matter of the cell, that is protoplasm. And this nucleoplasm contains a darkly colored structure called nucleolus. Its plural is nucleoli, chromosomes or chromatin material, and raw materials for DNA replication and RNA synthesis such as enzymes, nucleotides, etc. Enzymes, for example, helicase enzyme, DNA polymerase, RNA polymerase, ligase, topoisomerase, etc. Now, inside the nucleoplasm, this is nucleolus. Nucleolus, it is a spherical or rounded structure, and it may be one or more in a nucleus. Now, if we zoom in this nucleolus, it has two parts or two regions. The outer granular part, it contains precursors of ribosomal subunits, means basic or fundamental molecules from which ribosomal subunits are formed. So it is granular. And inner central fibrillar part, which contains ribosomal RNA and rDNA. The DNA comprising the genes for rRNA is known as rDNA. It is fibrillar part, and here the synthesis of ribosomes takes place. The function of nucleolus is formation of ribosomes. And chromosomes, they are thread-like structures made up of DNA and proteins, histone proteins present inside the nucleus. So this is all about the nucleus. Thank you.